literally, if I'm going to give my all, I expect you guys to give your all. So goals for this group, like I said, nobody is going to be left behind. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up a buddy system. So whether you're checking in every day, whether you're checking in just to make sure you're getting your workouts in, or on a weekly basis, whatever it might be, I'm just going to assign you to a person, and you just have to check in the app, or just like comment once you've posted your workout video, or your picture, or your meals, or whatever you're posting. You can tag them in it. Just having that accountability person to say, if I'm doing this, you're doing this, or if she's going and doing it, I have to do this, right? So having that one person just to get you on track is going to amp up the game. So I want to make sure that at the end of our programs, every single person in this group is going to get a t-shirt. So that is one of my goals for this challenge, is once you start, you take your before photos, your measurements, and then once you finish, you submit them to Beachbody, and then you get a free t-shirt for that. So I don't care if you lose 1 pound, I don't care if you lose 30 pounds. I want you to submit your results, because it's going to show in your photos. Even if you lost 1 pound, you could have gained a ton of muscle. Your photos are going to look completely different. Your clothes are going to fit differently. And it's such a realization to say, I started this and I finished it. And like, it's such an accomplishment. So everybody at the end is going to get a t-shirt. And like I said, it's all you have to do is complete the program. So start to finish, before and after photos, and I'll teach you how to do that at the end. So the next thing is I need a little bit of feedback from you guys. So I want to do weekly calls with us, kind of just like a check-in thing, to go over any questions, to go over any roadblocks that you guys are kind of dealing with. And like, I'll be checking in obviously more than that, but I want to have like the whole group together at least once a week. If you guys have questions and you're bringing them up, other people might have the same ones. Other people might have the same struggles. So if we're all together, I can kind of answer and help everybody at the same time. So we kind of, I guess, have to figure out what day of the week and what time works best for everybody, so that we can get the most people. Like I think there's 23 people in this group. So if we can have everybody on that call at the same time each week, that would be really, really awesome. So I guess just write down a day of the week I guess a time, more so a time that works absolutely the best. Like, you have nothing planned during that time slot, and then we can all post that in the group after, or just discuss it after the call. Okay, so also I'm going to be doing weekly challenges. So for those of you who are doing the 21-day fix, we will be doing the 4 weeks for you guys. And then the people who are doing 80-day obsession, there's going to be 13 weeks total. So I will be giving out, I'll do 2 separate like pools kind of thing. So just to make sure that all of the 21-day fixers get a prize for the 4 weeks. Because if all the 80-day people get prizes the 4 weeks and then the 21-day fixers are done, then that's not very fair. So we'll do a drawing for the prizes for the first 4 weeks will be only the 21-day fix group, and then the rest of the weeks will be the 80-day obsession. So I have tasks to do during that week, or just one day you'll have to do a task or something. I'll post that in the app, and then once you complete that, then you'll be put into a draw, and then I'll draw a name that week and somebody will get a prize. So I have like anything from t-shirts, I have shake samples, I have like workout stuff, I have magnet like meal planning thing that goes on your fridge. Like I have tons of stuff. So yeah, that'll be kind of a fun little thing to do. Next thing is vision boards. So I would like you guys to do some sort of a vision board. You can look on Pinterest, you can look on Google, you can look on anything. Literally just type in vision board, and there's a whole bunch of different versions of it. So it doesn't necessarily have to be all crafty and scrapbooky and crazy and like whatever. It can be like Post-it notes that you stick around your mirror. It can be like backgrounds on your phone. It can be just a piece of paper that you write on, anything that you can think of. So what I want on there is kind of to break down your goal setting and all of your systems on what you're going to do there. So start with your big goal and then break those down into weekly goals, monthly goals, daily goals, whatever you need to do. Because if we don't have a clear roadmap on what we're going to do, then it's just going to get lost, and we're not going to have, you know, the step-by-step instructions on how to keep ourselves accountable to our program. So a lot of people, like Brandon, for instance, he works shift work, right? So he could be working nights and then not want, you know, doesn't want to have the motivation to get up and work out, or he just wants to sleep, or he's tired, or he's switching over from nights to days, right? Like there's tons and tons of excuses that everybody can think of not to get your workouts in. But if you have a plan and if you have a system and you have that mindset of saying, I'm doing this no matter what, I am not quitting, I'm not giving up on this, start to finish, I'm in it till the end, then the chances of you succeeding, the chances of you finishing is way higher. Okay, it's all a mindset. Yes, I know we're tired. Yes, I know we're running around with our kids and we have work schedules and we have this and we have that and we have temptations all around us. But if you want to actually get results, and if you want this to be the time, like the time is now, like let's do this. Let's friggin' do this. Let's write down your goals and let's go. Okay. So vision board. So once you do your vision board, I want to see them. So whether that's, you know, you can do it privately, you can message it to me, you can post it in the group, in the comment section, or on the wall. It's whatever you want to do. I want to see your form of vision boards. I love getting different ideas from different people, and I can share them with my future groups. And I want to see what drives you, right? I want to see kind of what you see as your path for your goals and what you see as inspiration and motivation on your board. A lot of people have like the sticky note, kind of like the rip off, the cross off, I guess, plan or like system. That's how they do it. So every day that they work out, they get a rip a sticky note off the wall. There's a whole bunch of different ways you can cross off days on like little check boxes. You can actually print out the workout plan that looks like this, and you can cross off those. Anything that you can literally like have the satisfaction of like, yes, I have another day done, another day off the list, because it just gives us that satisfaction. And once you look at the whole like workout plan and it's just like crossed off, you're just like, look what I did, look what I accomplished, right? Okay, also we're going to be tracking our meals. So this is, guys, nutrition is going to be the most important thing in this challenge, the most important, okay? Like if you skip a workout here and there, I won't be mad. But if you fall off on your nutrition and you have cheat meals and you just like are eating everything and you're overeating and you're eating crappy food, like that is not going to get you anywhere. Okay, you can work out every single day of your life and eat fast food and junk food and you will not have results. Nutrition is like the majority of where your results come from. Okay, so there's an app, I think it's called just 21 Day Fix. Let me just pull it up here. 21 Day Fix Tracker. And this is, you can put in your weight and then you can cross off your workouts as you go through it. And everything's there. The containers are there. You can cross off your containers, you put your weight in and it'll calculate everything for you. And yeah, it is like the bomb. So I would suggest getting that. If you're not tech savvy, I do have something that you can put on your fridge. It's just like a Excel spreadsheet kind of thing that I made, and it has all the days and then it has all the container breakouts. So you just check off the boxes physically if you want to do it that way. So if you want to do it that way, send me a message and I can send you that document to print off. But however you're doing it, I want you need to track. You need to track what you're eating. You need to track how many containers you're eating in a day. You need to use the containers. Once you get a feel for how much food goes in each container, and you can like go out to eat at a restaurant and sit down and say, hey, this is about this much. I can tell visually that this is about a green container, this is about a yellow container, but you need to actually physically use them. and see the food that's coming out of those containers. Okay, so our green container is the biggest one, along with the purple. I think they're the same size. If you don't have your containers yet, that's fine. Okay, so there are measurements for the containers, and if you don't have your containers by Monday, then you can just measure out your food. Again, you can look on Pinterest. Yeah, look on Pinterest and it'll tell you like 1 green container is equal to, I think it's like a cup or something. And you're like, yeah, everything is measured out for you. So don't stress, don't worry if you don't have your pretty little containers. Just figure out how to do it and actually do it. So yeah, the container system is awesome. There's literally no room for error. It's either the food is on the list or it's not. Either the food fits in the container or there's a system on how it goes. So like wraps, for instance, you don't have to like crumble them up and shove them in there. It'll tell you like 1 medium wrap or something is equal to a yellow. And again, if you have questions on that, send me a message and I can help you with that. We'll get into the meal planning and the meal system in a little bit. Next is personal development. So like I said, mindset is the biggest thing next to nutrition, because if your mind is not ready, if you are not focused, if you are not driven, you're not inspired or motivated, you are not going to do this. You are not going to change your eating habits. You're not going to work out. You're not going to push your hardest. You're not going to change. You're not going to make those changes. So mindset is big. It's huge. I suggest reading or listening to something just at least 10 minutes a day, something that's inspiring, something that's motivating, something that's helping you in some way. Okay, so again, if you need help, I can point you kind of in the right direction, but pick something that you're struggling with. Okay, so if it's something that like relationship wise, like you have a toxic relationship that is affecting your mood and your mindset and you're stressed about it, that can affect your weight loss. That can affect, like, stress is a huge factor. If you are overstressed, that can prevent you from losing like your potential weight. It can completely throw off your goals. So anything that you're struggling in life, like I said, whether it's relationships, whether it's depression, anxiety, if it's overeating, binge eating, if it's like being a good wife, or like literally anything you're struggling with, there is a book or a podcast or a YouTube video or somebody who speaks about it and is putting themselves out there to help people. So Tony Robbins is a huge motivational speaker. Gary Vaynerchuk is another really, really good one. He's just kind of like the guy who doesn't take no crap from no one and is like, why are you sitting there? Go out and do, like, reach your potential. You're a human that is lucky enough to be put on this earth. Go out and do something amazing. There's like Brené Brown is awesome. Brian
Tony Robbins is coming back to Edmonton, hey?
Who?
Tony Robbins is coming back to Edmonton.
Oh my gosh. I saw him in Vegas and he's just like, he blows my mind. He's so amazing.
So good.
Yes. You could listen to Oprah. You could listen to like anybody, anything. I just want you to listen or read, absorb something that is motivating, inspiring, and helping you move forward, helping you move towards your goals. Okay. So yeah, like I said, in terms of my expectations for you guys, I am setting the bar high. I am literally going to be checking in with you. I am going to be pushing you. When you have excuses, I'm going to be putting them down and shutting them down because I'm not accepting them. Like, I am putting my 100% into this, and this is going to be hard for me. I've finished one program in my life and I'm a coach. Like, I suck at this. So if I can do it, and if I'm putting my like best foot forward 110%, you guys can do this. And I am like so ready to motivate you and push you like all day, every day. So put your big girl panties on and get ready. Okay. So recipes. Everybody's going to be like freaked out and like really nervous and asking me a ton of questions because this recipe, is it 21 Day Fix approved? Can I have this that has this in it? And like, how do we measure this? Because like, if you make meatloaf or lasagna or soup, you know, nothing really fits in the containers, right? So there are ways to figure it out. For one, if you're making like traditional recipes that your mom's mom is passing down, typically they're not the best for us because they always use, you know, tons of salt, tons of packaged stuff, tons of cream, whatever it might be. So I would suggest to modify everything that you kind of is your go-to stuff, and just break it down, strip it down to the basics. And then like a lot of your seasonings, like your flavoring, like your garlic and thyme, like any seasonings is free. Like you don't have to measure out your seasonings. It's just your sauces that are a big thing. So sauces are going to be probably the biggest struggle for people because we smother everything in barbecue sauce and ketchup and ranch and whatnot. So that's where you're going to go astray and go wrong. But again, if you need, there are other ways, like you can make your own if you want, or you can just omit them or use other stuff. So yeah. Angela, do you have a question?
I just want to say, I think it's on Beachbody On Demand that Autumn has her Fixate recipes, and everything is broken down and it tells you by recipe what each recipe serving has for containers. It's so great.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So there's the Fixate show on Beachbody On Demand. We'll get to that. And then there's also the Fixate cookbook that you can buy from Beachbody On Demand as well. And then there's tons and tons of recipes on Pinterest. There's coaches who have like put hours and hours into just breaking things down. Like they literally, or they'll post something and they'll have all the container breakouts. You can like crash Pinterest for anything that you need because it's full of Beachbody coaches and they just offer free stuff on there, which is awesome. There's also the Beachbody blog. So they come out with a ton of recipes. And again, I'll show you how to get to that. And there's like all the meals and everything, and it's delicious. It's good food that's not, I'm not a big fan of like crazy ingredients that you're never going to use again that just sit in the cupboard. I'm not a fan of like, you know, this weird food or like dry chicken breast. Like I like my food to be seasoned and taste good and easy to make and like simple, right? So that's what we're going to go for. They're also in like the meal plans that we're going to go over. There's a few examples and a few recipes in there as well. And if all else fails, just literally like break it down. So have your containers, your red, your green, whatever, and then put it together and season it. Like stir fries are great because you can always like just throw things in there, and just simplify it. Simplify everything. If you're going to make something, just simplify it. Okay, so I will share any questions before I go on? No? Okay. If you do, just like chime in. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen with you guys. Not Facebook. Okay, so what you're going to do is, so this is how you get to the programs. You're going to go to beachbodyondemand.com, and then you're going to sign in with the same like username and password that you use for your Team Beachbody account. Okay, so then you get the screen. Pull up all of the workouts that Beachbody has, and we'll go to, so we're going to do the 21-day fix meal plan. So I'm going to click on this one. And then from here, you get all the workouts, which I'm not going to go through that, but yeah, that's where all the workouts are. So program materials. So you're going to go right here to program materials and click on that. This is where everything is. So you have the tally sheets, you have your food list, you have the workout calendar, you have the meal plan. Like everything is in here. If you have any questions, look here first. So I'm going to go to the meal plan. So like I said, this is the first program that came out with the container system. So this is like the baseline for everything. If you know how to use the containers, then you can go branch off to other programs very, very easily. So first thing is there's always a calculation, which I'm going to get to here, that gives you how many calories you need to eat. So this is the 21-day fix one. So you're going to take your weight times by 11. and then you're going to add 400 and then minus 750. Okay, so this is how many calories that you need to eat to reach your goals, to have a calorie deficit so that you are making sure that you're losing weight. And they calculated this because you're going to be doing the workouts alongside it. Okay, so they know how many calories roughly that they burn, these workouts burn, and yeah, so it's all calculated in this formula. So once you have your number, your calorie target, usually it'll be like around 1,000 to 2,000. And then you have your plan. So usually like women are anywhere from plan A to C. Sometimes people are in D, but regardless, this is your breakout. So if you are, like, say you're in plan B, so you have 4 green containers, which are your veggies. You have 3 purple containers, which are your fruits, 4 reds, which is protein, 3 yellows, which are your carbs, 1 healthy fat, which is your blue, and then 1 orange, which is the like dressings and seeds, and then 4 teaspoons, which is your oils and like nut butters and stuff like that. So this is how you're going to be eating in a day. So this is how many you get in a full day. So once you break it out into meals, then it starts like getting easier, and you can start planning out what you're going to eat and kind of move around your containers depending on what you like. So a lot of times I'll leave my carbs for the end of the day. I'll have like no carbs with breakfast, because usually everything that we make for supper has a carb involved in it, right? Like pastas or pizza, like anything that you can make, it usually has a carb. Potatoes, anything like that. Anybody who is drinking Shakeology, the red or any like supplement protein powder is going to be fitting in the red. So Shakeology, any protein powder is going to be a red container. Okay, and then we'll go. So these are, this is the plan's actual tally sheets if you want to use these. So it'll like, you can just write in the number of containers that you eat at each meal, and then you have your total and like how many you want to make sure that you're not going over obviously in the day. So you can use those, or you can use the app, or I can send you my version of it as well. So they have sample kind of makeups for the meals. So you like, for instance, if you don't want to use a yellow, instead of having like oatmeal, you could have just like eggs, and you could have apples, and then you could add like spinach to your eggs or something. You don't always have to have like yellows for your morning. But these are great options, great ideas for your breakfasts. And so those of you who are not used to eating every 2 to 3 hours, get used to it. Okay, so we need to continually keep our metabolism going throughout the day, instead of like peaking here and then starving, and then filling our like faces and then starving, right? That's not healthy. We need to have a consistent, okay, I'm continually, digesting my food, I'm continually eating, I'm just kind of like small little meals throughout the whole day is what we're going to do. So this is where the planning is going to come into effect. You have to make sure that if you're on the go, if you work a job, you always have something packed. You always have something like prepared, ready to go, so that there's no option of falling off, or if you're out and about, you don't just like pull into a drive-through. Okay, so same thing with lunch. There's tons of great options here, salmon, there's salads, there's chicken, and then again the snack, and then dinner. So tons of options there. And again, you have access to this, right? So if I'm going too fast, you can go back and you can say, this sounds good, I'm going to put this in my meal plan, etc. Okay, so then we get into the actual containers and what foods fit in them. So like I said, the green container is your vegetables. So you're going to have a vegetable list. The higher the food is on the list, the better like dense nutrition it has in it. Okay, so the darker the green in terms of vegetables, the better it is. Now, that being said, that doesn't mean that if you're eating, you know, everything from the bottom of the list, that's terrible, I'm not getting my proper nutrition, that's fine. As long as it's on the list, it's fine. But the higher you can eat on the list, the foods on the higher end are better. And then you'll notice that it has like the portions in there. So like carrots, 10 medium baby carrots. It has kind of like an average, like what sizes it is a green container is equal to. Okay, and then we'll go to the purple container, which is fruits, general, everything fruit. Again, same thing applies. The higher the fruit is on the list, the better it is. A lot of fruits have a lot of water in them, a lot of sugar in them, so you want to make sure that you're getting the right fruits. You'll notice on the fruit that tomato sauce is in here. There's recipes on online for homemade tomato sauce. Salsa is also a red, a purple. So if you're eating those kind of things, they're not considered sauces, so they're not in the orange container. Okay, the red container is your proteins. So again, Shakeology is on here. It's kind of in the middle of the road just because of the amount of protein that's in it. It has tons of other great stuff, but in terms of protein, it's not the highest value that you can get for a red container. Eggs, egg whites are in here. Yogurt, any kind of protein, meat-wise, like chicken, fish, turkey, beef. Actually, I don't know if beef is on here. It might be on, because it's kind of a higher fatty, oh yeah, right there, red meat. So they want you to do extra lean meat if you are doing that. So your white meats like your fish, your chicken, your turkey, duck, those kind of things are going to be higher on the list. Okay, and your yellow, so this is your carbs. So there are good carbs, and then there are terrible, awful, never eat carbs. So if you are like, you're doing your program and everything's good, and like by the end you're just like, I didn't get the results that I wanted, we're going to come back to your eating, and we're going to say, okay, what are you eating? What are you buying? What are you putting in your body? Because if you're eating white rice and white bread and white tortillas and you're overeating your containers all the time, then yes, you're not going to get the results that we are looking for. So sweet potatoes are a really, really good one. Rice, you're going to see like at the bottom of the list are mainly all the breads, the English muffins, bagels, tortillas, those kinds of things. So again, try and stick to the top. Your beans also fit in here. Peas fit in here, which a lot of people wouldn't think. Yeah, a lot of beans, quinoa, things like that. Corn on the cob. Oops. So yeah, if you don't see something on the list, go on to Pinterest or Google, like type it in, say, I don't even know of an example that's not on the list. I think honey actually is one that's not. So you just type in like honey 21-day fix containers, and then generally some coach out there has answered those questions. Okay, and then the blue container. So this is our healthy fats. So avocados, nuts, cheese, coconut milk. Yeah, so basically I just use this one for cheeses. So a lot of people overeat on cheese, and this blue container, if I can find it in here, is actually pretty small. So when you're, putting cheese on pizza, or when you're putting cheese on a sandwich, don't just like load it on there. You have to make sure that you stick to our little container. Okay, and then next is our orange. So this is our sauces and dressings and seeds. So pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, peanuts, and then dressings. So dressings is on a separate page. Teaspoons is your oils and nut butters. So if you're cooking with any like olive oil or stuff, then you would measure that out into that. And any like peanut butter or nut butter, if you're adding peanut butter to your shakes or anything like that, to fruit, make sure you're measuring it out. Okay, so milk, so regular milk like cow's milk, same thing with soy milk, almond milk, anything like that is a yellow container, okay, because of the sugar and fat content in it. So if you drink a lot of milk or if you're putting milk in your smoothies or something, make sure you're counting that as a yellow container. Okay, and then there are, so you can have these things instead of a yellow container. You can substitute them out. So there's like a snack bar, there's cookies you can make, but again, they'll take out a yellow container. And then your free foods, water is a big one. Make sure you're drinking a ton of water. So half your body weight in ounces. So if you weigh 180 pounds, divide that by 2, 90, so you drink 90 ounces of water in a day. Water is one of the biggest things in terms of everything, the way our body functions. So if we're dehydrated, we're going to get headaches, our digestion isn't going to be fast, we might not sleep well. So make sure you're hydrating. Okay, this is just talking about like water, so like mixing in fruit or anything like that into your water. Coffee, so for any of you coffee drinkers, you can add cinnamon, lemon, pumpkin spice, nutmeg. We're going to try and stay away from cream, any like creamer, any sugar, any sweeteners, or any syrup. Okay, and then these are all of our seasonings. So any like mustards or vinegars, lemon, garlic, hot sauce, you can have as much as you want. Okay, and then, oh yeah, there is, I'm not going to click on it, but, oh, it's not even on here. There are seasoning mixes. So there's things that, like there's taco seasoning, there's, I don't even know, but there's like different mixes that you can make up with different seasonings, but there's recipes for them. Okay, this is just talking about the performance line, and then frequently asked questions. Okay, and then, so here's examples of if you are going out to eat or if you are making these things and you don't know how to calculate them. So for instance, like cheese pizza or lasagna or pasta, soups, they will give you a breakout of your portions, so what you need to check off your list. And typically, like, again, you have to do a visual check. If you're taking like a big thing of lasagna that's like a massive plateful, that's probably not like fitting into our meal plan, right? Like you have to realize every meal that you're eating is going to be roughly the same size, okay? Because we don't want to stretch our stomach. We don't want to ever overeat. So make sure you're not, you know, feeling super hungry, so I'm just going to eat all of this stuff. Because if you're starving, it just means you don't have food to digest right now. So just putting food in your stomach is going to fix that. It doesn't matter how much. Okay. Okay, so this is just telling you where you can find a ton of recipes as well. So like we said, the cooking show, the Fix8 cookbook, and then it dives into recipes. So there's more recipes here. And then these are the seasonings that they do. So there's an all-purpose one, Mediterranean, Smoky Southwest. So yeah, delicious, awesome, awesome, awesome. And then yeah, recipes. So stir fry. There's tons of different recipes that they have. Scrambled eggs. So if you're not a cook or you don't like stepping out of your comfort zone, then they give you, these are some fairly like mild, easy things. Okay, any questions on the 21 Day Fix meal plan? Don't be shy. If you have any questions, let me know. So like I said, if you don't have your containers yet, don't worry, because you have access to your workouts already, and you can get the measurements for your food online, plus you can get this all online as well. Okay, there's also recipes for vinaigrettes, and then there are some sweet treats on here. You can make like protein balls, you can You can make oatmeal cookies, Shakeology balls. Yeah, there's tons of things that you can have, but remember they are yellow containers.
Mommy, I want to see that.
And then it gives you kind of an example for how to make your shake. Different kind of layers of how to make it. Depending on the consistency, you can kind of, if you like it more runny or if you like it like thicker. I like mine thicker. You can add more eggs or more water, whatever you need. There's recipes for that. Desserts. And then I think the rest is just advertising and stuff. So that's pretty much it for the 21-day fix meal plan. Okay. So I'm gonna go back to the program materials. Okay, so like I said, so there's a workout calendar that you can print that off, and then you can, like I said, cross off the workouts as you're going. There are the tally sheets if you want to use those, and your food list. So you have a one-page food list, so you can take it shopping. So if you've made your meal plan and you have your food list, then you can just literally highlight or circle the foods that you need to get, and everything is in one spot. So that's super easy. There's also a vegan-friendly one, so if you know anybody that is vegan, it definitely can cater to them as well. And if you need okay, so I'm gonna go back, and then we'll go to the 80-day obsession.
You don't need to. It's time to eat.
Maybe. Okay, so this meal plan is completely different. So let's go here. So again, it has the calculation, but it is a little bit different. Actually, I'm going to stop share for a second because I have everything printed out. Okay, so the calculation for this one. Remember also to do your measurements and write them down, have them somewhere. So for this one, instead of I think it was 400 for the 21-day fix, you're going to do 600. So you're going to do your weight times 11 plus 600 and then minus 750. Okay, so because we are going to be burning a lot more calories with the 80-day obsession, the workouts are harder and it's more complex moves. So that's why that number is different. There's also a phase 2 and 3 calculation. So there's 3 phases, there's three months. So we're just going to, hang on a second. There. Okay. So yeah, we're going to worry about phase 1 first. So that's the first month. So you're going to, again, take your weight times 11 plus 600 and then minus 750. And then once you have that, it's the same thing. So there's calorie plan bracket. So bracket, so plan A to plan F. And so for myself, I'm very borderline. I'm it depends on the day. I can measure my weight one day and be 3 pounds lighter, and then I'm in a different bracket, and then I can measure myself the next day and I'm in a different bracket. Autumn always says if all else fails, if you are borderline kind of like that, pick the higher bracket, because she sees so many people under fueling themselves all the time, and they get headaches, they can't sleep, their weight loss isn't exactly where they want it to be. So if all else fails, it sounds funny, but eat more. Always go up that bracket. Because when we're building muscle, when we're working out, we're having these meals every 2 to 3 hours, you are burning a lot more, your metabolism's a lot faster. and your muscles need to be fueled. You need to replenish them. They're constantly going to be working throughout the day. So you need to eat more. Okay, and then the equipment that's going to be used. So for a 21-day fix, you just need weights. And you can use bands as well. If you don't have weights, they have a modifier who uses bands. And other than that, everything else is like preference. So if you want a mat to work out on, or if you want a foam roller to roll your muscles, everything is completely up to you. But you need weights or a band or something that you can pose as weight. So something around the house that you find that's around the 5-pound mark, I guess, if you're just starting out. For the 80-day obsession, you need the weights and then the loops and the sliders. So the loops and the sliders, you can get them on website, you can get them on Amazon, you can, wherever you want to find them, you can get them. I've tried to do them without them, but it's not the same. Like resistance bands, I just kind of tied a knot in it, but they like slide and roll all over the place. So yeah, I would suggest getting the actual bands. Okay, so there is a workout block, and then there are our other meals.
Sorry, I missed this. Are we talking about 21-day fix still? I had to go.
Yeah, this is 80-day obsession. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay. I don't know if you'll be able to see this. I'll just go to the other one. Oops. Screen share to this one. Okay, so I'll just go to eating plan B, and then you'll see here. So this is all timed nutrition, okay? So there's a workout block, and so before your workouts, you literally have to plan out every single day, because if you're not eating before your workout, then you're gonna throw your whole day off. Okay, so it tells you that like an hour to an hour and a half before your workout, you have to have your pre-workout meal. And it tells you what containers it has to consist of. Okay, so we have a green, a red, a yellow, and a teaspoon. And then if you're doing the supplements, then you take your Energize, and then you do your workout, and then you have your Hydrate, and then you have your post-workout supplement, your Recover, and then you have a post-workout meal 1 to 2 hours after your workout. So that's all in your workout block. Okay, and then after that, every 2 to 3 hours we're eating. So we have our meal option 1, option 2, option 3, and again, she breaks it out. So depending on what calorie bracket you're in, yours might look a little bit different. But so meal 1, you'll see it's a purple, a red, and a teaspoon, which that one I'll probably do like Shakeology with a bit of like banana in it, and maybe a teaspoon of peanut butter or something. And then meal 2 and meal 3, and then if you're doing supplements again, there's the recharge for overnight. So this meal plan is super specific. So now, if you don't work out in the morning, there's options down further. We'll get to them. But if you can move your workout block down to the bottom, or you can move it to the middle of the day, and it just changes how like the order of it. But it's still, everything's timed. She still goes through it and says like, you still have to do this an hour before your workout. You still have to do your workout block and set everything up the same. Okay, and then there's examples of what you could eat for your menu. So like baby spinach, eggs, oatmeal, olive oil. That could be, you know, your pre-workout meal. And then again, it just examples of meals that you could have, which is really good. Okay, and then a rest day, your rest day meal plan. The container count won't change, but you can switch around the meal options. And so you can eat them in whatever order. So if you want to eat, you know, a really, really big meal in the morning and have like a smaller evening, like supper or whatever, you can do that. And then, so the refeed day, I don't really want to go over this because it's not until month 2, but this program, this plan, we get a refeed day, which is where you can have your supplemental yellow containers, which is a really good thing because we can start eating white bread and like more of the crappy carbs, I guess, according to this plan. So it's kind of like a carb loading day in terms of like when bodybuilders or muscle like competitors do that, they like have a ton of carbs, and they do kind of like a carb cycling. It's kind of the same idea. So again, they give you an example of what that day looks like. So here, like waffle with white flour. This one is hamburger bun is your white, or is your yellow container. Mini pretzels, like we can have pretzels on this one, and pasta, white pasta. So those are all of the supplemental yellow containers only on the refeed day, which again, we don't get this until the 2nd and 3rd months. Okay, and then there is a peak week. So this is the very, very, very last week of the program, like the week 13. And again, this is more catered to like the really like leaning out, dehydrating your body so that your muscles really pop at the end of the program. So we get no sugars, we only get 1 carb, like we get no fruits, and we're like upping our vegetable and protein intake. So that is, again, the very, very last week of the program. So they have the menu planners. You can print these off and write in here what you're going to be eating each day. So there's the regular day, the refeed day, and then the depletion day. And again, this is all for Plan B. So all the containers are laid out for the plan. Your plan is going to look a little bit different if you're in A or C or D. Okay, and then so this is the workout block example. So this is the morning. So say you're working out anywhere from 7:30 to 8:30, or some people 5 a.m. or whatever. And then there's the midday one for like around noon. And it's just like how it's set up. So you can see like 7:30 would be the breakfast option, 10 o'clock a.m. would be your second meal, and then your workout, and then your late night stuff. And then, so this, I just wanted to talk about this one in detail a little bit. So if you're a night workout person, so if you're anywhere from 6 to 8 or even later, a lot of people have the conception in their heads that you can't eat like after a certain time at night. Okay, so Autumn, I'm in a test group with a bunch of coaches, and she has been going live like 3 times a day, like just completely talking about this program. And she's like, you guys, literally like that theory, Oprah said it one time, and everybody was just like just hung on to it. And she's like, I don't even know where it came from. She's like, if you're hungry, and if your workout plan, like if the way your body is using fuel, if you are hungry or whatever, she's like, you need to eat. You need to fuel your body properly. So if you do work out at night, you can still eat your post-workout meal at 8:30 at night, and you can have your supplement at 10 p.m. She is completely like fine with that. Okay. Like there's a whole bunch of different opinions out there. There's fasted, like interval fasting. There's like all these different things. There's science behind everything, but it depends on your body. Whatever you're going to do, it's either going to work for you, you're going to love it, or, you know, whatever. It won't. It's up to the person. It's not one blanket thing fits all. Okay, so Amy, so if you're stuck at work, I would suggest to literally plan and pack as much as you can. So, and I know it's really tough to feed kids when we're eating like this, because we're like, you know, we're sticking to strict stuff. But I would suggest that your kids like don't try and make them feel like do this plan by any means. They can eat whatever, cook them whatever, as long as you have the strong enough willpower not to eat it, right? So have, you know, things on hand that they can have, quick things that you can make for them, make stuff so that it's left over for them. But yeah, it'll be tough, it'll be a struggle, but the more you plan, the more you prepare, the more you're mentally prepared for it, the easier it'll be.
Sorry, Tara, real quick.
Yep.
There's just some girls on your Facebook page wanting the app and the link so they could join real quick if they're still able to.
Okay.
I just thought I'd let you know. Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I will let them on here. Whoops, I can't. Okay, I'll go on my phone. Oh, Stacy, okay. Okay, do we have any questions on the meal plan so far?
I'm good.
Angela, you're excited for it?
Yeah, I am actually. This is going to be a good challenge.
Yeah. I like that it's all laid out. I like that there's no other option, right? She has it all laid out, the containers you have to follow. And yeah, it's
I think that was the hardest part when I did 21 Day Fix. I did it a few times just to lay out your meals and what you eat and when, and the fact that she has it all for 80 day I really like that. It makes my life so much easier.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I agree. That's where I struggle, is just the eating aspect of things. It's hard.
Absolutely. I'm excited for this because I've never stuck to anything longer than 3 weeks. So this is mentally going to be really tough. And if I can do it, I think the results are going to be fantastic.
I'm totally with you on that one, because I will do it for 3 weeks and then I usually have a fall off the wagon week in between.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
Agreed.
this, yeah, mentally is going to be an awesome challenge.
Yeah, so for those of you who are doing the 21 Day Fix, I would suggest that you do the 21 Day Fix, complete it, get as strong as you can, during week 3, even halfway through week 2, up your weights and push as hard as you can, because you're gonna see your strength go up very, very fast. And then either do another round of it or jump into this one, because her training style is the same. Sorry, Sheena?
I was gonna say, if I could move by the end.
No, by week 3 you won't be sore anymore.
Is this recorded?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so this is the last page of the meal plan. So let's go through, because I think I need to move this. I think she said that the food list is a little bit different. So let's just check what we can and can't have. So like I said, I encourage you to print all of this stuff off if you haven't already. It's so it's nice to just pen and paper it and have everything in front of you and write on everything. And when you're doing your actual meal plan for yourself, then you can pull things from everywhere and find their recipes, and then they have menu examples. You can just literally pull from everything and then create your meal plan. Okay, so the container guide.
Mine's printing out weird. It's only going half pages. It's so bizarre.
Oh, weird.
So I'm
Yeah, it wouldn't let me print mine either. At work, it struggled.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, it's so bizarre. Oh, that's even that in the workout schedule, and I was like, really? Come on.
That's odd.
So I've saved it. We'll try again.
Okay, so the green looks fairly similar. I'm assuming that the purple will be similar. The tomato sauce, salsa, applesauce is there still. Oh, good. They added. There's octopus and squid and clams and shellfish added to the red. Turkey slices, ham slices. So I'm not a big fan of deli meat, sandwich meat, because it's got a lot of sodium in it. But she says here low sodium, nitrate free, fat free. So if you're going to be buying that kind of stuff, make sure that you're looking into it and make sure you're making good decisions. I would prefer turkey over ham. Chicken broth is in there in the red. Beef broth. Okay, our protein powder's still in there, cottage cheese. Okay, other than that, everything else looks fairly the same. So yeah, again, if you have any questions about the meals or about the foods, let me know. But general rule of thumb, if it's not on the list, you can have it. So free
no
food
chicken
groups-
nuggets?
Sorry?
No chicken nuggets?
Oh no, sorry.
Okay, I'm out. See you later.
Yeah. Nothing packaged, nothing quick, nothing easy. It's gonna be tough. Meal planning. It's gonna be work, but it's gonna be worth it.
Autumn said
I will
that
say though, for the
Adding
girls
back on
that don't want or they're worried about the coffee cream,
Yeah.
almond milk is fantastic in your coffee. Just
Ooh, good
saying.
idea. Good idea.
There's also one, my husband uses it. It's almond milk, but it's almond milk for coffee flavored creamer. So it's
Yeah,
like,
that's the stuff that I have. It's awesome.
yeah.
Nice. That's great. Bev, what were you gonna say?
Autumn said that she's adding back on turkey bacon because it's not on the list.
Oh,
But
okay.
it's a mistake that they're putting it back on.
Okay. Awesome.
And she said it's pretty much like the extreme program, the food list.
Right. Yeah. Are you in the coach test group?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Okay. Okay, so Stacy, I know you just joined here. Let me go through this again. So if you go to beachbodyondemand.com, then you log into your stuff. So put in your username and password. And then what you're going to do is you're going to click on the program that you're doing. So whether it's 80-Day Obsession, 21-Day Fix, and then you're going to click on program materials. So that's where everything is. So then you're going to find out what eating bracket you're in, calculate that, and then print that off, and everything is in here. Where are you here? I'm gonna.
Okay, so when I went on there, it was only like 11 pages long and there was no meal plan stuff. It was just like guidelines, like there's none of that food stuff.
Are you talking about the 80-Day Obsession?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it just came out 2 days ago. Have you
But there
looked
isn't
at that?
Yeah, but it's not actually like a meal plan.
Okay.
It's just like you still have to plan, right?
Yes, sorry, yeah. So it'll give you like, yeah, your eating plan on what you
Are supposed to have, but it doesn't, because I thought it was gonna be like a meal plan, but it's not.
well, like she gives you examples. So there are like what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try, because what I do is I get overwhelmed and I try and like make all these different meals and all this different stuff. I'm gonna try and eat basically the same thing and just kind of rotate it every 3 days. So she has like this one right here, like it's kind of like a menu that she put together, I guess. So like your baby spinach, your eggs, oatmeal, olive oil. So that's your pre-workout meal. And then squash, chicken breast, pasta, olive oil. Again, that's your another workout meal. And then like blueberry, Shakeology, almond milk, celery sticks, grapes, hummus, green beans, halibut, pasta. So it's kind of like that. And then what you can do basically is just switch out your meat. So
Okay.
like I would just take this basic like skeleton form of this and just print it off and then cross things out and add in a different meat or switch it out with a different vegetable every day. Like it's kind of a great skeleton to work from, and then all the work
Was that food list that you had from the 21-Day Fix?
So the food list that I just brought up, that one was from this one, so the 80-Day Obsession.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Ow.
She also said like moving around your workout times is fine. So if you one day you're working out in the morning and the next day you have like a super busy jam-packed day and you can't do it till at night, that's fine as long as you're shuffling around your meal plan to fit that.
Tara, sorry, real quick.
Yeah.
Those containers that are in the 80-day obsession, is that the same ones for the 21-day fix, or do we need to get separate ones?
No, they are the same ones. So they're the same, exact same size, same color coding, everything like that. The only thing that's different is the yellow container for the supplemented things. So there's a different food list for the supplemented yellow container foods.
Okay.
Yeah, so everything else is the same.
I was just curious, so if we ever want to jump back in to the 80-day obsession, we can continue using our 21-day fix ones?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Okay, so then I printed off again. Stop share here. I printed off my workout plan so that I can literally cross everything off as we're going. And I was looking at it, and so the first week we actually, like, she has the quote unquote rest day as a roll and release day. So there's actually something like you follow on that day, on the Sunday. And then day 14, like the second week Sunday, is a stretch and release. And then after that, every other Sunday is a rest day. So there's no, like, nothing planned or anything like that. It's all just like self-care, whether you want to do yoga or whether you want to just like go swimming or something. Like you don't have to do something, but it's recommended that you just keep your muscles going. It's a recovery day just to get you rested and ready to go for the next week. I'm really hoping, those of you who are doing 80-day obsession, I'm hoping that we don't get burnt out. If we're not fueling our bodies properly, and if we're like skipping meals or not eating enough, I could see us getting burnt out, because this program is intense. Like the workouts, some of them are 60 minutes long, and we're going. They're going to be tough. We're going to have heavy weights. We're going to have resistance bands all the time. Like literally every single workout is going to tax us and is going to test us. So again, mindset is going to be everything. Everybody needs to realize what we're getting into. Everybody needs to set their expectations and set their goals. And if you're not pushing towards your goals every single day, you're not going to get there. I'm telling you this right now. Everybody needs to be real with themselves. And because like if you're cheating the system, if you're having cheat days, if you're having cheat meals, you can't expect your results. Like Autumn says, if you're not going to follow the program 100%, then you're going to get your results. You're not going to get the program's results. Okay. So, again, I am here for you guys 24/7. If you have any questions, if you have any problems, if you're worried, if you need resources, if you need help with anything, I can help you with your personal development, with your meal plans, everything like that. So I'm at your disposal if you need anything. So now the hardest part is going to be making a meal plan that you can stick to, okay? So especially those of you who have young kids, who have families to feed, who have others to cook for. Like tonight I had leftover spaghetti and I made my husband a pizza. So sometimes that's what you've got to do. You've got to feed others and just kind of do your own thing. For the most part, you can, integrate everything. If you can make everything separate, so like make chicken breasts and make vegetables and make rice or pasta or whatever, and then you have options. So they can have, something else, and you can have the healthier version of it. Try not to smother everything in sauces. Add sauces on the side, or they can add their own sauces. And again, willpower is going to be one of the biggest things. So if you have kids in your house that have snacks and have this and that and whatever, they're going to school and you have to pack them good like lunches, try to resist on snacking on those things. Out of sight, out of mind, right? Like only pull it out to put it in their lunch and that's it. Don't put your healthy food right beside it, because every time you open those cupboard doors, you're going to be tempted. Okay, so before the plan starts, I want you to do a cupboard check. I want you to throw out anything that you've been kind of saving, or if you're keeping it for a reward, I want you to throw it away. We don't reward ourselves with food. We are not dogs. So get rid of it, chuck it in the garbage. If you do want to reward yourself, I suggest workout clothes. I suggest self-care, like spa days, massages, pedicures, anything like that. You are going to be working hard. You're going to be pushing. You're going to be persevering over many, many things. So I need you guys to be proud and celebrate, reaching those milestones, but don't do it with food. Okay. So in terms of meal planning, So I use many different meal planning sheets. Sometimes I just use a piece of paper. Sometimes I use the magnet on my fridge. Whatever works for you to set up a meal plan, because everybody's different, okay? Some people have apps on their phones. Some people just go to Pinterest or to Google and find like an empty sheet that somebody has posted. So whatever you need, find that tool and use it. So do it a week at a time. So plan out your first week. So I want this done by, what day is it today? Thursday. You need to plan out your week by tomorrow night. 100% plan out your entire week. So Monday to Sunday. And then by this weekend, you can go get all your groceries and you can have everything, you know, cut up or separated out and ready to go. So I'm not a big like meal prepper. I don't like cook meals and put them in these containers and have all this like organization in my fridge. That's not the way I do it. But I do make things easier on myself. So I will separate out my chicken breast into portions. I will cut up vegetables so that they're easy grab and go. Anything that you can do to make things just a little bit easier, because we all know we've looked at, you know, ample things in the fridge and we're like, oh, it's not like ready. I don't want to cut that up. I don't want to do it. It takes time. I'm not eating it, right? So the more you can do to prepare yourself and to prepare the food so that it's easy. You look at it and you're like, the work's done for me, right? And it takes just a few hours on a Sunday to get you ready for your week. So that's what I would suggest. So then from your container system, once you figure out what plan you're in, you're going to take your overall general containers and you're going to work kind of backwards. So do your biggest meals first, usually do all your suppers first, and then you'll see what you have left over, and then you'll just kind of fill in the blanks and work your meals that way. So if you want to have like a pasta night, if you want to have meatloaf one night, if you want to have homemade pizza, like everything, you can kind of plan out your suppers, and then you'll have your containers crossed off for supper, and then you see what you have left, and then you plan, you know, your breakfast or your lunch, and then you'll see what you have left, and then you'll be left with whatever, and then you think of something that you can make for that very last meal with those containers. Okay. Again, keep it simple for the first little bit until you get used to using the containers. Don't take on, you know, these crazy recipes that are overwhelming and you're trying to calculate containers and you're trying to calculate portions and you're just confused and overwhelmed. Keep it simple. So break out your foods into protein, veggies, carbs. Have those 3 food groups separated on your plate, and once you get comfortable seeing the portions and the sizes and how many containers and the food, then you can kind of start going from there. But again, if you have any questions, I would like you from now till the challenge and further, checking into the app every day. So I'm going to be posting things in there. I'm going to be doing videos. I'm going to be doing motivation stuff. I'm going to be doing call to action posts, which are I'm asking you to put something in the comments, or asking you to share something, or asking you to whatever, do something. The more you guys participate in this group, the more you guys put in there and share and post, the better the group is run. Okay, so if it's just crickets and everybody's just like doing their own thing in their own homes, and we're not like motivating or posting or pushing each other, then what's the point of this group? Okay, so I need all of you guys to be on board with posting and staying accountable and being in that app at all times. I need you to record that you've worked out and post about it. So the app is the My Challenge Tracker app, and if you haven't gotten an invite, I will send that to you. And yes, I do have it recorded, Stacy, and I will send it to everybody. But yeah, let's rock these programs. Let's get the best results we can. Work on your mindset, work on your expectations, work on pushing out of your comfort zone. Things that you are used to, things that you are comfortable with, I want you to get over them. I want you to push yourself outside of your boundaries. I want you to try new foods. I want you to try new things. I want you to push even harder in those workouts, because I know you can. If I was standing right beside you yelling at you, I know you would do those extra reps. Okay, so don't give up on yourself when you're halfway through and you're tired and your muscles are sore. The pain is only temporary, and your body can overcome a lot. It's your mind that's stopping you. I promise you. When your muscles are sore and you're in those last few reps and your brain's like, oh, just stop, it's fine, we'll make it up tomorrow, you won't. Okay? It's your body protecting yourself from pain. Pain is only temporary from working out. I promise you're not going to die. I promise your legs are not going to fall off. You will recover. Okay? So I want you to push as hard as you can, and I want you to post about it. Post about your struggles. Post about your overcoming, like your obstacles. Post about getting out of your comfort zone. Share with this group. We are a family. Everything that's in the group stays in the group. And I want you guys just to lay it all on the floor. I want you to get every ounce of positivity and every ounce of potential that you have for this program. Okay? So yeah, that's all I have. Any other questions? Are we excited?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's what
Woo woo!
it's like, and so much to think about and absorb.
It is. Yes, it's a lot.
It
Yeah.
is. No, I'm excited.
Can
Sorry,
you
Tara.
actually come to my house and push me? Because that would be the best.
Totally.
Let's just have
Um,
one big group workout session and Tara can just stand over us.
Yeah. I was actually going to ask you guys, there has been a few coaches who have been doing like a Zoom call like this, and everybody just like logs on at their own time and then does their workouts together. I don't know if you
I like
guys
that
would be
idea.
interested in that. I know that this is a fairly bigger group, and we could do it just like if you're available, great. If not, then like that's up to you. But we could do like just to hold everybody accountable.
That.
Sorry?
I'll totally do that.
Awesome.
Me too.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, if you're interested in that, then shoot me a message and then we can, yeah, we'll do a group chat and figure out a time to do that. And we can all just like get up, push play, all kind of struggle through it together. You can glance over and say, hey, she's pushing harder than me, let's go. So yeah, we can do that. And I would love to. So we'll figure that out. If you want to do that, then send me a message and we will figure out a time and day to do that. So perfect. Okay, I won't take any more of your time. Thank you guys so much for coming on. And like I said, we'll have a lot of work to do. So mentally get prepared, physically get prepared, meal planning, get your head wrapped around all of this information. Hopefully you guys took some notes. I'll post this replay so you can watch it over again if I went too fast, or if you are still kind of confused, shoot me a message. But yeah, other than that, I will be in touch. I will get everything we need to going and check into your app every single day. All right, have a good night, guys. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.